Hi everybody, I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama, and this is going to be a quick tour of the best outdoor toys. It is spring of 2018 and I'm going to take you around our yard so you can see the toys that our kids love to play with whenever we are out here in our yard. Now if you want to get details on the specs and the full names of all of these things, you can find the best outdoor toys, the article, on realsimplemama.com. So this is just a quick video rundown. In the meantime, starting out, we have the Little Tikes toddler slide. This is a very stable, very inexpensive, very durable, lightweight slide. What I wanted to point out in video form is that it's really great because the angle here and the angle here make it sturdy in the sense that it's not going to fall over, as well as it's a lot easier for a toddler to climb up. There's my daughter. She's 2.5, but she's really, really tiny, as you can see. So it's good for her to have something like that to be more stable. All of our little toys, like our microscope, our bonsai water squirting toys that you hook up to the hose, frisbees, buckets, extra basketballs, everything we put in a storage bin. We don't put any bug spray or bird seed or any other yard equipment or anything. This is only for toys. And then of course we close it up when we need to so that there's no pollen in there or rain, dust, bugs, chickens, anything like that will not get in there. I did want to point out this field microscope because it's really cool. Now everything you're going to see here, full disclosure, this is actually used stuff. Like, we use it on a regular basis, so nothing's going to look really super shiny and new and beautiful because, I mean, it's an outdoor toy and we use it. So I only wanted to give you guys a video of the stuff that we actually use. So this is a Toysmith field microscope. As you can see, I've customized it a little bit for our little kids. We have 2 of the 6 cups are actually in the house, and they all each come with a snap-on lid as well. But you could put different specimens in here, whether it's different kinds of bugs or shells or leaves or whatever, and then you rotate the little microscope around, and then you can look in and inspect what you got. Again, there are little caps that come with this. We just have, our children are 4 and 2, so they're still a little young to be playing with all those little pieces, so we've put them away. But it's just a really neat little tool. Again, this is the Toysmith field microscope. We also have, oh, I just heard a hummingbird. We also have a regular just little plastic magnifying glass. It's only 1 piece, and the kids like to play with that as well. While we're over here, I wanted to show you, this is our little fairy space. It's not the fairy garden in the traditional sense that there's like little tiny things and moss and whatever, but we do love our solar lights. This is one set here of a dragonfly, a hummingbird, and a butterfly. They come disassembled, but they're really easy, and they're just solar lights. So of course during the day they charge, and then at night there's just a very simple color changing bulb right under there. My kids love looking at these at night. Our bedroom window is right over there, so they look out at the fairies, and we talk about the fairies having a party. The other lights that I really like come individually, and they're here, these little Firefly lights, so there's one for each of my kids. And I honestly did not put this flower set in my review because this is a different brand of a 3-pack of flowers. As you can see, one's not even here because they're not as nice quality. But we have our bird feeders, our bird houses. The kids help me fill those up. They help make the hummingbird food. A lot of that stuff is from Grandma and Grandpa. Real quick, there is our step 2 sandbox. I go into a lot more detail on the full article on realsimplemama.com, but honestly, a sandbox is a sandbox. We really like the design of that one because there are 4 seats on the corners. You can see the photos on the article as well. I'm not going to open it right now because my chickens will jump in and go crazy. But what you want is you want to make sure that whatever sandbox you get, it has a lid. Obviously, you don't want rain or snow and pollen and all that kind of stuff getting in there, but also feral animals, whether it's raccoons or cats or squirrels or any animals in the neighborhood, they like something that is fine, like sand, to go and do their business in. And even if you scoop it out and you think that you're good, there can be all kinds of diseases that can be very, very serious for children. So never, ever, ever let your kid play in just a random pile of sand that's not actually closed and cleaned up. If you go to any kind of hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's, any of those kinds of places, they will have a sandbox quality sand, which is good quality fine sand. That's what you want, not the construction stuff. That stuff is too coarse. Our 3 bubble buckets. This one is just the Fubbles. I have to be careful how I say that. The concept of this one is really neat. There's 3 wands that are easy for kids to grip. What I love about this one, though, is this is not a machine, so there's no batteries. But other than, of course, those falling out, hey, look at that. It's no spill. So there is a lip on the inside that will keep the liquid from coming out. That's great. What's bad is if you leave it out in the rain, it will get rain in it, which will dilute your solution and make it kind of gross. But this one is nice because it's real easy to carry, and you can just throw it in the back of your car and not worry about it. We have 2 bubble machines. I will try to do a separate video to demonstrate these. This one is the Tornado, and these rotate up and down. You fill the solution in here. It also has a tray. This one is really, really great as long as you put it on a very stable, very flat, level surface. But otherwise, the battery life on this one is actually really good, and we have not had a lot of problems with durability or, oops, we left it out in the rain, now it's ruined. This one's been great. This is the 2nd or 3rd one of these that we've had. It is, if I remember correctly, actually on Amazon, this one runs about 15 and this one runs 20. I do not like this one as much. The design makes a lot of sense. You just fill in the solution right there. This can pop out and you can clean this, but this one is a lot more finicky, I guess you would say, and sensitive as far as if it gets wet a little bit, then the whole connection inside does not, it does not want to work. Real quick, let me walk on over. You can see our swing set. It is pretty much, my kids are playing in the water because it is so gorgeous out here. This is Sportspower is the name of this swing set. What I like is, and it's, you can see we customized it just a little bit, but what I liked is it's got, they call this the glider. We call it the pony. But you put your feet down here and then you rock this back and forth so the kids can get themselves going. There is room for 2 children on there. Then it's got 2 of those normal swings that you see right here. Of course, the other one would go right here, but this is the Little Tikes toddler convertible swing, the 2-in-1. We love this one too, that they call this the flying saucer. And it's more like a swinging hammock, but it's really cool. And then their slide. The only comments that I have about swing sets, I see, Barry, what are you doing? The only things are the fabric on this flying saucer will start to get a little bit worn after a while. Now, we've had it for 2 years, and of course it stays out in the sun. So, and you always want to watch stuff. I do like that the chains here are wrapped in plastic so you won't get little fingers caught. Oh my gosh, that sensation is not fun. The other thing that made me nervous, because I'm a paranoid mom, is what we were talking about with the angle of that slide over there, how the steps don't go straight up, they're more angled. Here the steps go almost straight up and they're very narrow. So these aren't quite as comfortable on bare feet for kids. And also when my son was really young, he would go up a step and go up 2 steps and then he'd kind of pause right there. And when he was like 3 years old, that made me super nervous about him falling. Any swing set you get, make sure you always fill out all of those warranty cards, all of those recall cards, in case anything ever happens, and you will be notified, as well as get the stakes that you hammer into the ground. Same concept as like a camping tent, because as your kids get bigger and they start swinging more vigorously, you don't want any of these poles coming off the ground. So make sure that they are staked into the ground. Another product by Step 2 that we have, and we've paid for all of this stuff ourselves. Nobody has given us anything for free. As you can see, this table is well loved. We got this used, as we got a lot of our equipment used. You'll see a couple more here in just a minute. This is a Step 2 water table. I believe this exact model is not made anymore, but in my review I've given you the closest one that I can find. These can be considered water tables or sand tables or both. You could do one on either side. I couldn't stand the possibility of that total mess, disaster, yuck. So we just do water. But this one's great because, as you can see, there's a plug in it. It's got the different surfaces. It's got like a slide and a ramp and some other stuff. But then it also has a lid. So what we normally do is we'll put all the toys in one side and then we'll cover it up. And that way, if it rains or birds hop on it or whatever, all the toys are clean. The little umbrella is great. Whoop, as long as your kid is short enough. As you can see, hello, my 4-year-old is getting kind of tall to be under there. But that's okay. Oh, he's almost 5, actually. Now, I'll tell you honestly, we normally just keep the umbrella down. You can also just completely remove it if you want, just whoop and pull it out. And then we just topple the thing over and spray it with the hose. Try not to ever leave standing water out anywhere in your yard. Not only will it start to get really bacteria-y and really gross, but that's also a breeding ground for a lot of bugs, particularly mosquitoes. And we are in South Texas and we don't like them. So when we are done, we normally just dump all that water out. our step 2 wagon over there. Please don't judge. We found it on the side of the road. Yes, literally. So the color is off. I'll tell you, these wagons are really great though, because this is 120 pounds of dirt and I'm able to wheel it around our less than smooth yard without a problem. Any of these wagons are great. I just wanted to point out this one is nice because it does have a latch on the handle. There is a seat on either side. These wagons by Radio Flyer or Step 2 or whoever you want, that you can have the wagon like this, you can have a wagon that's got a canopy up above, and you can have a wagon that's got a little extra caboose piece that's really cute. But what I was going to say is that you want to be careful when you're ordering colors. As I was finding the affiliate links to put in my article on realsimplemama.com, apparently the different colors are different prices. Looks like red is the most expensive and blue is the cheapest. So if you don't care, shop around on different colors and see if you can save yourself 10 or 15 bucks. Don't ask me why that is, but you know. So here has been our brief tour of the yard of Real Simple Mama. We also have chalk. We also have special outdoor shoes we have our kids wear, and by special outdoor shoes I mean Crocs. Something that's only plastic to where they don't need socks, to where if they step in poop or they get mud on them or whatever, we just throw them in the sink, spray them down with the hose, and we're good to go. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Again, you can find the full article with other content and other details on realsimplemama.com. And we are going to go play.